beautiful bees, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to give you an update on Bijou, the cat with a liver tumor. She used to be so skinny, you guys, and now she is doing well and she is playing. She's gained weight. If you've been following me, you'll know that back in December, when she got the liver tumor diagnosis, the vet thought maybe only a few weeks for her to live. And she was no longer eating her dry cat food. So I started making her own cat food. And when I looked at natural healing for myself, I looked at, okay, what is our anatomy and physiology? And from there, I determined what foods were best for my body. And when I'm looking at the cats, they are carnivores. Their anatomy and physiology is out of carnivores. So for me, I look at anatomy and physiology because that determines what the animal or human should be eating. And you'll see that, well, from my experience, what I saw is when you start to veer away from that, that's when health problems can start to arise in animals or humans. So what I decided to do is put Bijou on a very simple diet, but it's also what I looked at for my own health problems, which was looking at fresh, whole food. And fresh food is particularly important. The fresher, the body will be able to digest easily. And so what I ended up putting her on was fresh pickerel from our lakes up here in Canada. And what I ended up doing is making her own food. And I ended up making like a stew with the fish. I included egg whites as well as some veggies. I first started with just the fish, and then I had a side of veggies and noticed the cat was really going towards the veggies as well. So then I just started incorporating the veggies with the fish when I made the stew. For carnivores, you want to make sure that you look into the veggies that you can give them and make sure that they are cooked as well. But yeah, I did notice that the cat was wanting veggies, which surprised me, but that even carnivores want vegetables. But I think that extra fiber does help them out. So I started really making a stew on the stove with pickerel, egg whites. I had threw in some sweet potato, broccoli, some carrots, and basically made like a stew and cooked that all together really well. And started noticing that she started gaining weight, she started getting her energy back, and started playing and didn't look like she was in pain anymore. And I also put her on CBD with the veterinarian's help, which is low THC because animals can't handle the psychoactive ingredients. So yeah, I've been working with the vet, but also using my own natural approach, and I'm happy to see that now it has been 5 months and she is running, she is playing, and she's just enjoying life and not suffering, which I love to see. So through my own health journey and applying that with the cat, it's just interesting to see her life come back, and with the use of whole, fresh food. And that is really key that I want to emphasize. In terms of herbs, I did use some burdock with the cat because it's really good for your liver. If you're experiencing any liver issues, you want to add in some herbs. And again, fresh, whole food, keeping things simple and just monitoring how they're doing, if they're eating. My major concern was I needed to get nutrition in her body and make sure that it's whole and healthy, and that's so that we can feed her organs, her cells, but also heal them. So when we're looking at healing foods, we want to look at whole foods that are easy on the body to digest, but also giving your body nutrition. And so with fish, it's high in omega-3s, so it's anti-inflammatory. And then with the egg whites, I found that that's extra protein because they are carnivores, so they need that protein. And back to the fish, with the omega-3s being anti-inflammatory, that's what we want to look at too when you have any sort of inflammation or dis-ease. You want to look at healthy fats, and that's where those omega-3s come in. So I'm so happy for this cat, and I'm happy that she's doing well, and that she's gaining weight, and that she is enjoying life. And so I wanted to give you guys an update on how she's doing, but also when we're looking at healing holistically, we want to keep it whole foods, like holistic, whole foods, and keep things simple sometimes. So sometimes you just have to take baby steps. So I just started with some fish, and then I added a side of veggies. Notice she's going towards the veggies. I also added in some peas as well. And notice that she's really loving the veggies. So yeah, so that's what I want to share with you today. And if you guys want, I can share the recipe of what I do and how I cook everything together. But I basically just throw in fish, peas, broccoli, peas, sweet potato, some burdock, and some egg whites, and it basically makes like this nice stew. And she loves it. She loves the broth as well, and really enjoying that. And just make sure, if you are going to do the same, make sure that there's no cooked bones, because you don't want the animal to choke on that or get those bones stuck in the intestinal tract. That would not be good. So natural healing is for me, it's about whole, fresh food, and bringing the body back to life, regenerating cells, weaknesses with whole, healthy foods. A lot of the foods out there, they are cooked. There may be a lot of pesticides, preservatives, so organic is important as well, and keeping things really fresh for the body. And then we can start to see regeneration take place. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I hope you're all doing well. More to come, more recipes to come, and I'm also going to be sharing some other foods, workouts, and gardening as well, because that's where this whole organic, fresh foods come from. And it starts with the soil. How rich is the soil? Is the soil nutrient dense? And we want to make sure that we're eating our food, that we're eating is also eating, the food is also eating food. So that's when we look at certain fruits like grapes, berries. They need a lot of sunlight. They take in a lot of sunlight energy. And then that energy feeds our cells. So that's why living foods is also important. And I'm going to share with you guys a lot more. So stay tuned, and thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing well, and a lot more to come. As always, be your beautiful selves, beginning in some whole, healthy, fresh food and some sunlight. When you do that, we'll all be rising.